Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Wilson and Max review. Today I'm reviewing Given the movie. So earlier this week I released a reaction to the trailer, and now I'm super excited to say that now I can review the movie. So the movie starts off with Mafuyu and Akihiko going to a concert. It's actually a concert for Ugetsu. I'm gonna do my best with pronunciations here, as I said in the last video. I don't speak Japanese, so I'm doing my best to pronounce them. So the concert ends with Mafuyu wanting to compose and write songs. He gets inspired. One of the main plot points is that they're gearing up for a music festival. I love the amount of screen time Akihiko gets in this movie. There's a really cool parallel between the two relationships in this movie. There's this hilarious scene where Mafuyu goes to Akihiko's house and starts playing guitar. Then Ugetsu just shuts him down and was like, yeah, that's not good. And I was literally laughing out loud when that happened. You can really see how much Mafuyu has gotten better in between the show and now. And there's this really cute car scene with Akihiko and Haruki. I love this idea that Akihiko and Ugetsu's parallel success is the reason their relationship became so suffocated and toxic. Also, I have to say Ugetsu and Mafuyu are starting to become really similar in this movie. Haruki coming out of his shell is definitely really cool. I really like that plot point, but back to the actual movie plot. So Haruki gets a little jelly because Akihiko isn't showing any interest in him. Okay, for sake of pronunciation, I'm just gonna attempt to say, Ue Noyama. Okay, then we cut to Mafuyu and Ue Noyama practicing a new song, which seems to have a love theme to it. In this scene, I thought Mafuyu wearing hairpins was a really funny detail. So then Akihiko goes over to Haruki's house, and we see he's going back to the way he used to be, more shut off and less open like he's been. Then Akihiko gets mad that Haruki is thinking of leaving the band, and Akihiko tries to hook up with him, but it's less out of love for Haruki and more of anger at Ugetsu. Then we see Akihiko break down because of the state of his on-off relationship with Ugetsu. It's a really powerful scene. After Akihiko's breakdown, Haruki is definitely hurt that Akihiko did not confide in him. Akihiko's parents' divorce seems to be a big factor behind all of his pain. Then we see Haruki come back, but with a haircut, which was interesting. So basically in the show, Haruki's character embraced his feminine side and embraced being himself through his long hair. And this haircut he gets shows a big shift. Then they have this small altercation that ends with Akihiko staying at Haruki's place. Then it cuts to rehearsal and we see them practicing, but it's all off because of the tension. Then during this fireworks show later, Akihiko explains his relationship with his ex to Haruki. After that, there's a sweet scene where the two of them walk together from 3 a.m. to literal daylight, which I thought was crazy. Then Akihiko returns to his ex's house to tell him that he's leaving the house for good. So basically Akihiko keeps returning to Ugetsu for no reason, but now he's changed. And we see that through Haruki, Akihiko has regained his passion for music and officially moves in with Haruki, and you kind of see more a stable love form between them. I have to say I kind of like Mafuyu and Ue Noyama as more on the side because I feel the show was their story, but this is something else entirely. Okay, back to the plot. Got a little distracted there. So they play the concert, and I love this new song. Whoever sings for Mafuyu's character is amazing, and I love his voice so much. This song doesn't hit as hard as the one from the series, but A, we got more build up for that one, and B, this one isn't as emotional. I've seen a lot of people just hating on the movie because I didn't think it was as emotional or as good. Mafuyu wasn't really in it, and it's the story of Given was their story and their time to shine, and now it's time for the other two to get a chance at their screen time, in a sense, because they were very much side characters in the series. So I feel this does justice to their characters, and it was good, and they did a good job of keeping Mafuyu and Ue Noyama out of the spotlight. So then Akihiko rekindles his love for music. During the performance, we see him lose all doubts he had in music and starts to embrace it. Forgot to say this, but these lyrics are also so... This song really reflects on Akihiko and Ugetsu's relationship ending and Akihiko and Haruki just beginning. After the performance, Akihiko catches up to Ugetsu and he officially breaks up with him. The next day, Akihiko leaves Haruki's house to stay somewhere else. Then we see they didn't make it to the competition, which was a little disappointing. Then we hear some monologue about what's happened after the concert. Everyone's in a good place, and Akihiko is showing more of a passion for violin and life as a whole. Then we find out all the positive changes that Akihiko has been making are so he could feel worthy of Haruki's love. This scene was just so powerful, and it gets even better when it ends with Akihiko saying he loves Haruki, and it's confessing his love to him, which is a whole big thing in the series and here. And that's how it ends, basically. Wow, just wow. I can definitely say I love this movie so much, and I will never forget it. If I had two criticisms, it would be that the movie should be longer, and I personally wanted a little bit more Haruki screen time, which is a little imbalanced, but it's more because Haruki was in a good place for the most part, and then emotionally Akihiko is going through so much stuff. So it makes sense that he gets more screen time to like share his story, but I just wish Haruki got a little more screen time. But yeah, I wish it was longer because it was only an hour. So I feel like they could have done like a 2 hour long movie and then really explored some more ideas. But yeah, please, please watch if you haven't yet. It's definitely worth it. Okay, so here's my rating. So for anime, I will rate by main characters, supporting characters, love interest, plot, songs, theme songs, message, and emotionalness, and then animation. What I mean by emotionalness is like, how much did it affect me emotionally? This can be happy, sad, funny, anything basically. How well is it making me feel that feeling? So for main character, I said 8 out of 10. I'm considering Akihiko to be the main character here. I just love his development from this like stone cold guy to this like better person, and it's all for Haruki, which I love. Then for supporting characters, I said 7 out of 10. I feel like they did a good job of balancing the two. For love interest, I said 8 out of 10 because I love how we see Akihiko and Haruki mirror each other in terms of development and change. For plot, I said 6 out of 10. I love the romantic plot, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better with the concert side plot. It was a little like thrown together last minute is how it felt to me. And then songs, I said 8 out of 10. I love the new song in this movie, and I also love like the outro music, which is amazing across the board. And for message, I said 7 out of 10. I like the message about breaking free from like bad habits and a toxic relationship. And emotionalness, this is definitely 8 out of 10 because it's a beautiful emotional roller coaster. I said animation 8 out of 10 because it's just really beautifully animated. Like you can see they put time and effort into it. So on average, 8 out of 10. Anyways, that's it for today. Please let me know what you think of the review in the comments and what you think of the movie if you've seen it. And as always, remember to like and subscribe.